What's up, everybody? It's Chantel, the Ergonomic Alchemist, here again with another video for you all today. New to my channel, welcome. If you haven't already subscribed, I invite you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also go ahead and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever I post. I plan on posting every week. That is the goal, but here we go. So if you haven't checked out my last video, it was a brief introduction about me, what this channel is about. And once again, I invite you to go take a look at that when you get a chance. But until then, let's get right into it. So today's video is for all of my pregnant mamas out there. I am going to provide you guys with some of my favorite ergo hacks that helped me when I was pregnant, helped me stay safe, helped me maintain my independence, because you know, when you're pregnant, a lot's going on. So if you haven't checked out my previous video, I went on ahead and talked a little bit about what ergonomics is, but I'll give you a quick refresher. Ergonomics can be defined as the science of making work easier for people with the goal of maximizing safety and efficiency overall. So now that we've gotten that definition down, let's talk about the physiology of the pregnant body. First things first, the body is amazing. The creator knew what to do. Our bodies are just impeccable, right? Because they're designed, especially the woman's body, it is designed to create life. So that in and of itself is an amazing process. Okay, I had to take a quick mom break because someone had a little accident, and also my insanely intelligent 10-month-old figured out how to get out of her little play pin thingy. So here we are with a sidekick who probably may not last too long in here. Pre-toddlers. She's not even one yet. Anyway, so when you're pregnant, your body undergoes a lot of processes that can affect the mother physically. So for instance, when you're pregnant, that beautiful bump, that beautiful belly throws off your center of gravity and throws off your balance because it pulls your center of gravity more forward. Whereas when you're not pregnant, everything is just kind of centered, midline. This isn't gonna work. So like, I had to go put her down because she was not gonna stop wiggling. So anyway, so going back. So let's talk about the center of gravity. So first things first, when you're pregnant, well, before you're pregnant, your center of gravity is just more in a neutral plane, right? So straight up and down. That helps keep you balanced. It helps keep you stable. When you add that beautiful belly bump, that brings your center of gravity a lot more forward, and it will throw your balance off. So you may stumble a little bit more. You have that waddling gait, that waddling walk to help support you. So your balance is off a bit. Another thing that happens is your body releases a bunch of hormones to help support everything that the baby will need, right? So two of those hormones are progesterone and relaxin. And what those do is help relax your ligaments and your muscles in your pelvic area to prepare for opening when the baby is ready to come out. Well, because it doesn't just target your pelvic area, it can target the rest of your muscles and your ligaments, making you a lot more unstable and more prone to falls and injuries, right? So now let's get into those ergo hacks. So ergo hack number 1 would be elastic shoelaces. So you're probably thinking, girl, why don't you just throw on some slides? Well, I was pregnant in the fall and winter, so it was nice and cold outside, and I didn't have time for my toes and everything to be cold and catching pneumonia and the flu and all of that, right? So what I did was got some shoelaces. They're just regular shoelaces, and I laced them in my shoes, and they're nice and stretchy. So they made my shoes easier to put on and off, so I wasn't struggling so much to get them on. Another reason why they would be useful is for any of you mamas that have any swelling in your feet. What they could do is kind of help your shoes to expand a little bit wider so that you can put your shoes on. And I guess this could be a temporary thing until you decide to get wider shoes. If you'd like to get wider shoes, these cost about $10 on Amazon. I think it was $10 for a pack of one, or for a pair of one. I can't quite remember, but I'll link it in the description. But yes, Ergo hack number 1, elastic shoelaces. Make putting your shoes on and off so much easier. Okay, for my next Ergo hack, we have the reacher, or a grabber, as some people may call it. So, I don't know if it was just me or if a lot of pregnant women go through this, but I felt like I was dropping everything. I don't know if my stomach was getting in the way of my hands or what, but I just felt like I was always dropping things when I was pregnant. So this reacher came in handy because I was able to, when I dropped those things, I was able to just use this and pick it up. So remember how we talked about the physiology of being pregnant, right? So you have your pregnant woman whose center of gravity is a lot more forward than if someone is not pregnant. So when you're not pregnant, your center of gravity is just more in alignment, and it's very straight up and down, right? But when you're pregnant, that gravity is pushed forward. So that makes you have to tilt forward a lot more to help stabilize. So remember how we talked about the physiology of the pregnant body, right? So for a person who's not pregnant, their gravity and their stability is straight up and down. Everything is pretty even. You have balance forwards, backwards on your sides, top to bottom, right? When you add that big old belly, you're pulling your center of gravity a lot more forward, which can make you unstable. So if you go to drop any items, it's harder to bend down to pick them up because 1, you're a lot more unsteady, and then 2, remember how we talked about those hormones being released that makes your muscles and your ligaments a lot more relaxed, supposedly only in your pelvic area, but not really in your pelvic area. It can kind of go everywhere. It doesn't necessarily just target your pelvic area. So it can cause a lot of laxity in your joints and make your muscles a lot looser. So if I drop something and I need to go and pick it up, I not only am unstable, like I'm gonna topple forward, but I don't necessarily have that strength to pull me back up. So a reacher was really great to help me get those things off the ground that I needed to. It helped keep me safe. It helped keep me safe and get my stuff off the ground. I will say that if you do get a reacher, you want to make sure that you have it with you at all times. Make sure it's nice and handy, that you don't have to go and find it. And also put it in a place where it's not going to fall on the ground, because if your reacher falls on the ground, it's going to be very difficult for you to get it up because you're going to have to squat down to pick it up. Also, I would like to say, if you don't get a reacher, you want to really be mindful of your safety. So you want to make sure that you're getting down in that squat position and not bending forward to pick it up, because 1, if a normal person just actually bends, not a normal person, but if a person who's not pregnant actually just bends down to pick something up, that's already going to cause a lot of strain on their back. But adding that extra weight is really going to cause a lot of excess stress on your back. And you really want to make sure that you are minimizing your discomforts, because you already got so many, right? The joys of pregnancy. So you want to minimize that discomfort and your risk for injury. Also, you want to make sure while you're squatting down to pick something up, if you so choose, that you at least have one hand on something sturdy to allow you to stabilize yourself and to help push yourself up if need be. The next Ergo hack will be actually my personal favorite hack. I'm not supposed to have favorites in this, but you know, this one's actually my favorite, is the sock aid. This is it, sock aid. It's so simple. I've actually, ever since I started physical therapy, this has been my favorite thing. Like, I've always wished I would have invented it because it's such a simple and useful device. It's just a piece of plastic with 2 ropes, and it helps you get your socks on. So I'm gonna show you how. So you have your sock aid, you have your sock. You take your sock, you put it over the sock aid, you slide you hold on to the ropes, slide your foot into the sock aid, and voila, your sock is on. My sock is kind of backwards, but hey, this was really useful, okay? Because again, I'm pregnant in the wintertime. I have to get socks on because I gotta get my shoes on. So this was great because I didn't have to bend down to put on my socks. And a lot of times my partner wasn't available to help me put my socks on. And a lot of times I didn't want him touching my feet. I didn't want him touching my feet anyway. So this was really great to just help me get my socks on quickly. I don't have to bend down to put them on. I just slide this sucker on the floor. Boom, my sock is on. Excuse the noise. I'm doing too much. But anyway, my sock was on. Very easy, very simple. If you don't get anything else, I highly recommend this, especially if you're pregnant in the winter months. Okay, so I know I said I was only going to give you guys 3 hacks, but I'm going to give y'all a little bonus hack just because I love y'all so much, right? So this next device is called the long-handled shoe horn. So there's actually 2 parts to it. I can discuss this part in another video, but this part, oh my gosh, without this, I don't even think I would have even been able to get my shoe on completely. So if you've seen a short shoe horn, it's just a shorter version of this. But if you're pregnant, you can't really bend down to get your shoe on. You can barely, touch your you can't even touch your toes. So let alone put on a whole shoe. So this was great. I could do this in sitting or in standing. I just slide this behind my heel as I'm putting on my shoe, in between my heel and my shoe, and it slides right on. Now this paired with elastic shoelaces, chef's kiss, it's amazing. And then you can also use the reacher to pull the tongue of your shoe up if need be. So all of these items have just been, or they were just a godsend for me when I was pregnant. I highly recommend each and every one of these products, the long-handled shoe horn, the reacher, the sock aid, and the elastic shoelaces. Thank me later. Get those shoes on, mama. If you're pregnant in the summertime and you just want to have your feet out, do that. But if you're like me and pregnant in the winter, in the colder months, and you got to put your shoes on, then these were great. I will also say, like, even putting on Timberland boots was so much easier. Timberlands are already hard, but putting on Timberland boots paired with the elastic shoelaces and with the long-handled shoe horn, so much easier to put on. I use this to this day. If I have to put on, well, it's getting warmer now, so I don't have to put on Timberland boots, but still, just whenever I have to put on shoes, I use all of these things to this day. So like I mentioned before, a lot of these can still be used postpartum if you so choose, whether you've had your baby vaginally or C-section. I will say, especially if you had a C-section, I am a C-section mama, so these were very useful to help prevent me from having to do a lot of excess bending and pushing down on my scar. So these are even great to use postpartum. All right, everybody, so that is it for this part 1 video of my Ergo hacks for pregnant mamas. If you like this video, please go ahead and like it and let me know in the comment section if you liked it, what you liked, what you didn't like. Hope you didn't not like anything, oh my God. But anyway, just let me know in the comment section, and let me know if you want to do a part 2, because I got more hacks. So let me know if you want me to do a part 2. I'm probably just gonna do a part 2 anyway, but yeah, this is it. I also just want to say that it is very, very, very important, if you are pregnant, to make sure that you are getting some type of movement in, just to make sure that your muscles stay strong. However, you do want to consult with your practitioner to make sure that it is safe for you and your baby to do so. So just to make sure that your muscles are strong and to prepare you for labor, because child, that is tiring. It is very tiring, and it requires a lot of strength and endurance. But again, consult with your practitioner to make sure that it is safe for you to do so. But anyway, that will conclude this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.